Hello Aquarius, Elsie here to do a reading for you. Aquarius, this is for the next 6 months. It's for the rest of the year. I got a couple requests to do it, thought I would. I usually at this point give you a reading for the month ahead, but this is going to be for the rest of the year. I'm going to look at it month by month. Please remember, this is a general reading. It might not resonate with you all, but it's probably not going to resonate because it's all predictions. Look, it hasn't happened yet. So unless maybe July might resonate with you because maybe you're in a position right now where you know what might be coming up in July, but these are all predictions. Aquarius, how are you? Thanks for showing up here. I am using 2 decks. We are using the Tarot of Dreams and we are using the Wild Reflections Tarot as well. If you are a person who keeps showing up here, if you're to become the ride or die here, Aquarius, thank you for staying as part of this tribe. And if you are brand new, I usually do a reading for the month ahead for all of the zodiac signs. But this month, this one is going to be for the next 6 months. Let's find out what's going down. You're asking in the comments. I'm listening. Thanks for all your suggestions. I may not get to them all, but I do appreciate them all. If you want a certain type of reading, let me know. I just don't read for age groups is all. All right, let's find out what's going on for you. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Please know that this is a general reading, right? Tell me about Aquarius. We've got July, August, September, October, November, and December. And then we have advice. Overall advice for the next 6 months. So it looks like a brand new cycle, an exciting one, is about to open up for you here in July. And yeah, let's start there. Let's find out what's going on. Something exciting. It could be creative. It could be passionate. It feels like, I want to say that something is about to erupt that you are not expecting, and that it feels like it's going to be passionate, fiery, or exciting. It's a new path or something that's new. Tell me what this is, please, for Aquarius in July of 2025. We've got the 7 of Swords. So guess what? I feel like you don't understand that it's showing up. It feels like it's something that's been under the surface. You know, the 7 of Swords doesn't always mean deceit, doesn't always mean lies. It means that something's being concealed, right? Something that you can't see. And so it feels like this is something that you're probably not expecting. You're not expecting this excitement to show up in July. Tell me more about this. We've got the 5 of Wands. You're not going to know what to make of it. I'm just going to say with the 5 of Wands. And this particular depiction just explains it. Like, this is a card of indecision. It can be a card of also beating yourself up from not making a decision, or, you know, the turmoil, the normal turmoil that we have inside, but it feels like it's due to indecision. And so we have this guy in the middle who can't really figure out where to put his wand, but the other ones around the outside, all 4 of them know what they're doing already, but we've got one person who is sort of undecided. So I feel like this is going to be a month where you are going to get a bunch of attention, and because of the 5 wands and the 1 ace of wands is 6, and I feel like this is going to be very exciting for you, but it also feels like you don't know what to make of it. Tell me more about this, because you're always sort of a little bit cynical, right? You're a fixed sign. I'm a fixed sign, so I get it. I'm a Taurus, right? So we're always a little bit cynical. We're like, yeah, it looks really exciting from a distance, but is that a volcano in the back? Is it just chuffing? Is it just spouting ash just to let us know who's in charge, or is it really going to blow? Like, it feels like you're sort of like, it looks exciting from a distance, but I don't know. We've got the 5 of Wands, and then we've got the King of Pentacles. So it does feel like there is a new opportunity showing up here. And for some of you, the opportunity is going to be in the Pentacle world. Look at that. Bottom of the deck here, we have the Fool and the Ace of Pentacles. So it feels like something's about to change. I just saw the Death card at the bottom of the deck, and the King of Pentacles is telling me that it might have something to do with your material world. So it might have to do with your health, your home, your hearth, your money, your job. Could be financial things that are becoming settled for you, or it might be a really exciting financial opportunity. It feels like there might be some things in the way, I'm going to say. It might look like an obstacle, or maybe you're a little bit cynical about how this is going to work out. But I feel like it's because you're being surprised with it. Look, maybe you're the kind of Aquarius that doesn't like the surprise, but it feels like something is going to be showing up that is going to look pretty exciting from from a distance. It feels like it will be victorious, I'm going to say, because the 5 wands and the 1 of the ace of 6, that is 6 wands, which is victory and success. It's coming home from the war or coming home from the fight, which is sort of an indication that you've been through kind of a tough cycle, I want to say. But this King of Pentacles is telling me your money is about to come on point. So either you're getting the job you applied for, or you're getting some sort of a promotion or a raise, or maybe it's your 6-month review, and maybe you're doing really well. It feels like it feels like it's going to bring you to a place of stability, though. And it almost feels like, because the King of Pentacles is the one that's always throwing stuff at the universe. Always kindness. Taurus is the overgiver, right? Always throwing and overgiving to the universe. And what I mean by that is helping people out when they need you, giving them whatever they need. Like, you know, the person who is the overgiver is Taurus. And so the King of Pentacles. And I feel like because you've been doing this, you are the humanitarian of us all, after all. And so I feel like you've been helping others, and I feel like this is the payback. Feels like July is about to be pretty exciting for you. Tell me what's happening in August, please, for Aquarius. We've got Justice. Oh, I like that, because the Queen of Pentacles is here. It feels like there are a lot of opportunities that are showing up here, but it looks like you will have to pick. So the 5 of Cups is a little bit of regret or sadness or concern, I would say. But the 7 of Cups is here. And so I feel like the 5 of Cups is here because of the 7 of Cups. Because the 7 of Cups is bringing in a lot of maybe opportunities you've been dreaming about. Like, it feels like in July and August, it feels like things start to take shape, or you start to see things in the distance that look like, wow, is that thing really showing up? I heard about that job. That job I applied for. Is that really the phone call? Like, maybe you missed the call on your phone and you see it's the place that you had put in that opportunity, the job application or the CV for this opportunity. And so I feel like with this Queen of Pentacles energy, that the Justice comes to the Queen of Pentacles. It is karmic, right? So karmic meaning it's a life lesson, or supposed to come to your life to teach you something. And so Justice is here, and that's karmic restoration. You're being restored in some way. I feel like it's going to restore your finances, or restore your faith, or restore some sort of financial stability that you've been hoping for, that you've been dreaming about, in fact. I feel like it's going to pull you out of this 5 of Cups energy. I'm not going to ignore that we have the Queen and the King of Pentacles here, so you could possibly, for those of you who are interested in meeting someone, you could meet someone at the new job site, or this person who interviews you could be someone that might be of interest, because we do have 2 people who are mirroring each other. It doesn't have to be romantic, right? We've got Cups here, but it's the 7 of Cups. Well, we've got the Ace of Cups here, but we'll see what happens when we get there in December. It feels like maybe this is a place where you cross paths with this person, possibly in July or in August. Tell me about Taurus here. We've got the Hierophant here in September. Tell me about the Hierophant, please. What do we need to know about the Hierophant? We've got the Moon energy. Things are not as they seem. We've got the 10 of Swords. And we've got the Tower. Okay, very interesting. I'm going to say that the universe is going to ask you to have faith, because you're going to be going through a bunch of changes in September. Now, for some of you, maybe you are already in a relationship. It could be that the King and Queen of Pentacles are here, but we do have the 10 of Swords. It does feel like something is coming to an end. It could be your job. If you are picking up a new job, maybe you're leaving your job and you're going to the new job in September. But the Tower is an indication that there is something that you've left on the back burner for too long, and you refused to move, or you refused to see it, or you refused to sort of look at the situation for exactly what it is. And now the Tower shows up, because you are a fixed sign, right? And when the Towers show up on a fixed sign, it's because we've failed to bring something to an end, or we have left it on the back burner because we don't want to have to deal with it right now, because we're still thinking it out. So I feel like Aquarius, in the month of September, it feels like something does come to an end, and it does shake you down just a little bit. I'm going to say for some of you, the 10 of Swords could tell me that you're in burnout, that you are in mental burnout, and I feel like the Tower tells me that things begin to fall apart. There may be some sort of a relationship. I'm just going to say with the Tower and the Hierophant, it does tell me that maybe there's a separation between 2 people. in a relationship, in a marriage possibly, and you didn't see it coming. It feels like with this moon energy here, things are not as they seem. Maybe you thought that they were going good and they weren't really going good. Maybe the other person in your relationship thought it was going fine. So it does feel like that there is something you are going to, that is going to shift in September for you here, and I feel like it's the release of something. There's a release of something that is in the moon energy. It could be a Cancer or Pisces. We've got Taurus here. Maybe it's a Scorpio. Could be an air sign like you, an Aquarius, a Gemini, or a Libra. But it does feel like, I feel like that afterwards, you do get your stability pretty quickly because of the Hierophant being here, which is Taurus, which is structure, which is doing the right thing, which is moving and plotting your course and moving forward. It is also wisdom, right? It's about the higher self. This could also be an awakening between the moon, the tower, and the faith card here, which is the Hierophant. So there could be some sort of an awakening that you go through in September. Tell me about October, please. Two of Wands. So it feels like there is some sort of something here that you are planning. You've been carefully planning. It feels like it's a goal or something you see in the distance that you want here. Tell me why the Two of Wands is here. We do have the Nine of Pentacles. We have the Page of Swords. You're learning how to be single. Look, I'm just saying, if somebody here is in a relationship, I feel like it does feel like that there is going to be something that is going to shake the structure of your marriage, of the person that you've been dating, whatever it is. You're going to be looking at it from a different point of view because the moon is here. It's something that's showing up that you didn't expect to show up. The page here tells me that, the page is always learning something, is always digging up information. And the Nine of Pentacles is something you're doing on your own, possibly becoming single, building a business. It feels like you're making a new plan is what it feels like here. The Two of Swords is here, along with the ace that is in the hand of the page to me is the Three of Swords. We've got you on the bottom of the deck. The King of Swords is here. Aquarius energy, Libra and Gemini, of course, too. But Aquarius energy is the King of Swords. I feel like there's something here that you've just decided you've got to face head on, Aquarius, and you're making no bones about it. It feels like you're now making some sort of a decision. It feels like you're now forced to make this decision in September because something has or in October because something has fallen apart in September. It does feel like you possibly are learning how to be single again, or learning how to be on your own, learning how to get your confidence back. Maybe this relationship rocked your confidence a little bit. It does feel like you're getting your finances back in order. It feels like you're planning things. It feels like you're going through some sort of a planning stage to get out of the crossroads of your life. It's time to take action on some things that I think you left on the back burner back here. And so it does feel like that there is something that you are going to be learning. And it's going to be new things that you're going to be learning on your own, how to build things, how to build your confidence, how to take care of yourself. Maybe you go through a glow-up period. Most people do when they get out of a long-term relationship. And so it feels like Three Swords tells me that there is some disappointment or heartbreak or heartache here that is still sort of flowing out of the tower a little bit. And it feels like you're finally going to make the decision to leave the crossroads. And let's find out what happens then in November. Because it feels like the month of October is possibly a time when you're healing or making big decisions that have to do with you and you only, you as an individual. Tell me about the Eight of Wands, please, in November. Things start to speed up in November, possibly. Things get a little bit busier. Yeah, I think the Judgment is telling me here that you are leaving something in the distance. You're leaving the old you behind, is what it feels like. It feels like instead of you being connected to someone in a relationship, in a marriage, maybe you were married to your job. Like, we got a lot of pentacles here, right? Maybe you were married to work. It doesn't have to be a marriage, right? But it could be that you were married to something, or you felt like you didn't have any other time to do anything except put all your attention into that. Something here comes to an end. You could end it. Like with the Ten of Swords here, you could be the person that releases this, and you didn't realize that you were going to do that. It feels like it comes with a tower, because the towers only show up when there's something in your way, on the path, that is stopping you or blocking you or is an obstacle to whatever your future is supposed to be. So I feel like this tower is actually coming as mercy, as they always do. But I feel like as you move into the month of November here, I feel like you are a new person. you've been born again, or you've been resurrected as someone new. It feels like you have a new energy. You have more fight left in you. It feels like you feel like you're in this happy, excited energy. It feels like you have left behind the old you and you are emerging as someone new. We have the Nine of Swords. I feel like what you're leaving behind is the worry, is the worry that you had possibly surrounding emotions, relationships. It feels like the Judgment card tells me that this is what you're leaving behind. You're making a really big decision to change trajectory of your life. And it feels like what you're leaving behind is the worry about relationships or the worry about emotions. I feel like because we saw the King of Swords on the bottom of the deck, that you're now stepping into your King of Swords shoes. Look, I know you're the King of Swords because you're an Aquarius, but not everybody steps into their Aquarius energy immediately. Sometimes it's something we have to learn to do. And so, although I'm a Taurus, I wasn't always patient. I had to grow into that. I had to learn how to be patient. Taurus is the most patient in the zodiac. And so you are somebody who I feel is now stepping into your power or into your energy here. And I feel like what you're leaving behind is the worry of relationships. I don't think you want to worry about that anymore. It feels like now you want excitement and fun and moving forward, and things are getting a little busier in your life. And I think you're looking forward, this is November, you're looking forward to the holidays coming up and the holiday season and what that's going to bring. Tell me about the Ace of Cups in December, please. Tell me about Aquarius. We have the Four of Cups, we have the Five of Swords, and we have the Page of Cups. We have the Queen of Swords on the bottom of the deck with the Hermit, and we have the Emperor. So I feel like you are, I'm going to say the Emperor sort of it reminds me of your energy, because I feel like you are somebody who is unlike any other zodiac sign. Look, you are the placement in the sun sign. Aquarius in the sun is the least common sun sign. Y'all are just the innovators, right? You're always thinking outside the box, always making changes. And the Emperor to me is somebody who is like you, because you're always also trying to keep everything in control. Like you're trying to keep yourself in control. You don't want people to see your feelings. You don't want people to misjudge you by being soft because you're showing your feelings. I feel like you're stepping into some sort of power of stability and sturdiness and being back in control of who you are, like really stepping in to who you are and in a balanced sort of energy is what it feels like here. In this Ace of Cups energy in December, I feel like you are, well, we've got the Five of Swords, we've got the Four of Cups and the Page of Cups. We've got 4, 5, 6 cups. So it feels like you are in a very nostalgic energy. I want to say that December is a month that is going to bring good things for you, because the Page of Cups is here, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in the extension. I will be extending this reading. So we're going to talk a little bit more in the extension about the Page of Cups. This could be an apology, but it does feel like there's good news. It feels as though you are spending a lot of time by yourself in December, possibly deciding maybe instead of taking part of the hustle bustle or the hoopla of the holidays, that maybe you've decided that the best way to stay in control of your emotions is to be in the Four of Cups. It is a place where you can get quite stagnant, so be aware of that. The Page of Cups, though, can also mean that you might make a new friend or meet somebody new emotionally. It also could tell me that you are fighting listening to your intuition, though, with the Five of Swords being here. It feels like you are in this energy of possibly fighting your stability, your emotional stability. I don't know, it almost feels like the Ace of Cups feels like your heart is open, but when we've got the 4, the Ace, and the Page, that's 6, you're stuck in nostalgia. So I feel like you're a little bit overly emotional and you're fighting your feelings in this month. So it does feel like you're trying to stay in control with that Emperor energy that came up here. Tell me why you're in this energy here in December. Got the Magician. I feel like you're looking into the future and trying to manifest whatever it is that you want. You're also trying to stay in control of your beginnings, I want to say, because the Magician is the one who really has all the aces in hand. I feel like you are the Magician, though. I feel like you've changed because the Judgment card is here. I feel like you're now sort of looking into the new year, like I'm a changed person. I now have to do things, or I want to do things I've never done before so I can get some sort of result that I've never got before. For some of you, you could be meeting somebody new, and we will talk about that in the extension. We've got your advice over the next 6 months, and I feel like it's telling you here that, look, it may have been a really long road to victory, but I feel like it's coming up in the future. So maybe, because it feels like there is some hardships that are coming up for you possibly over the next 6 months, but it's not without these wins that you're having. So it does feel like July and August, it feels like that's where you're going to have a lot of your wins. And just when you think everything is going good, I feel like the tower shows up and breaks something down that you didn't need, like an obstacle that was in your way. And it feels like your healing month is going to be in October. It feels like your rebirth month is going to be November. And it does feel like in December that you are now in a place of opening the heart space and manifesting new things. And although you're spending time with yourself and sort of fighting your emotions because you're in nostalgia, maybe you're not around family or stuff like that, it feels like you possibly could be receiving some good news in December, or possibly that's an indication that you might meet a new person if you are single and open to that. So let's look into the future. Let's look into the extended. If you're interested in the extended, then please click on the link that is in the pinned comment that is above all of the comments right under this video. There is a membership link if you're interested in joining us in the membership area. The overall for the 6 months here, I feel is very good. It feels like the overall energy for the next 6 months, regardless of whether they are ups or downs, I feel like is stability. It feels like there is a new door opening because changes are here, but look where it's leading you. It feels like it is leading you to a place of stability, longevity, maybe a long-term relationship, or maybe just making enough money. It feels like you can plan for the next 10 years. It feels like the Five of Swords tells me that you were fighting. This is what's coming up, but I feel like you were fighting it. I feel like you wanted to keep this intact, and I feel like this is the obstacle that's being removed out of your way. So whether that's a job or a relationship, but it feels like something is coming to an end here, so something else can begin. Because what's on the other side of the Fool, what's on the other side of the door, is something that it's really abundant and stable. So we're going to talk about this as we go into the extended. We're going to talk about the Tower, of course, because there is a significant change that's coming up in your life, and we'll see. It's not going to be the same change for all of you, so we'll throw some cards and find out what this change is all about and what you'll be healing from in October. But I feel like it's important for those of you who are interested in knowing if you're going to meet anybody, that we will talk about that and what this Page of Cups means here. And then we will talk about this, and we'll talk about how it's going to take a little while for you to get to this absolute victory after coming out of this really hard cycle, but it's something that is coming up in the future, and possibly we will talk about that as well. We will clarify all of that. I'm going to go for now, but I'll be back because I'm always back. Thank you, Aquarius, for being here and watching. I do appreciate you. See you in the extended if that's where you are, but if not, I'll be back because I'm always back. You guys take care. Bye-bye.